Well, my challenge today is to try and reproduce this. This is a photograph of Wells next to sea at a rather amazing sunset. A friend of mine gave me this photograph, and it shows all these, well, pretty amazing colours actually. I've lost the picture now. But the main thing, I'd like to try and get all those wonderful, what should I say, the beach huts and the sky. Of course, that's got to be the prime objective. So I've got to get I mean, it's dramatic. There's no getting away from it. They are pretty dramatic colours. But I want to get a degree of accuracy. These beach huts here are pretty iconic for this sort of area. And I've got some green behind here, some blues and yellows and purples and oranges here, and a little bit of grass here, some seaweeds or beach grass. And I want to try and get some direction there. This will be the challenge, I think. Obviously the colours, but to try and reproduce this. I thought about maybe I could do it in watercolour, but I think it's calling out for oil really, some really dramatic colours. You can see that I've toned the canvas here with just a rough, just to take that white out, with a mixture of colours there. So I think I'm going to just block in. I think that's got to be the first objective, to block in something which we can get us going anyway. Yeah, so I think we should map it in actually. So I'll use a little bit of umber, bit of mineral spirit, keep it fairly thin paint at the moment. And with this bank of trees coming along here, and we've got the perspective. Clearly got to get the perspective of these beach huts. And behind them the trees, a line of trees, a little bit darker there, but the main thing is the sort of horizon line is about there, I think. Yes. And then we've got the beach coming in here, different colours, the oranges, and so that's all got to come in here. We've got to give some directional lines as well to suggest some perspective, to take our eye into that. The question is, should we, maybe we should just get a smaller brush and see if we could get a little bit of a start on some of these beach huts. So let's get a smaller brush here and see if we can start out with something. Got to get these perspective right of these. Yes, I think that's what we've got to do. These are not the the exact colours at the moment. I'm just still want to try and get some of the shape and form that we've got. I've got these little verandas as well, and then they've got a step, nice steps here. My friend recently restored one of these iconic structures. I'm told they are very sought after, and you'll pay quite a lot of money if you want to own one. Yes. Well, that's our first one. I think we can live with that. So I'm going to tighten up on the colours and the design as we go, but I must try and get something that reads correctly. I've got these steps. Got to get this in. It's amazing choice of colours people have as well. So we'll try and do that later as we go. So how many am I going to be able to get in? That's the question. That one is a bit tall actually. This is a bigger one actually. And again we've got the steps coming in there. Yes, I think we need a much smaller brush to help me sketch a little better than what I'm doing. So let's see what we've got. Yes, I've got a little round one here, which gives me a little bit more control. Yes, this is a number 6 round. think this one's got a nice purple side to it. Let's see, we're going to have a bit of fun with the colours. Say this, we're just going to lay out some of their shapes. I think we're going to go in with some pretty amazing colours. Let's think. Got a blue, I think. This one should have been largely red. So we can do that. We can put the details in. I think a lot of them have got sort of white decorative elements to them. So we'll put in the details as we go, but for the moment I think I'm just going to leave that. While I'm here, I've got a bit of green. I could just this easel a little bit. I think you are getting too much glare. So let's see if we can't do something about that. My French easel, you can tilt it. I think that might be a bit better. I can see the colours without the shine. I don't know if you can see that. Is that better? Oh yes, I think it's a little better looking through the camera lens there anyway. So back to a little bit of blending. Yes, I can see a bit better myself. And I need to get some blues in, so let's clean up the brush a little bit. Actually, while I've got it, let's got a little bit of green there, of course, mixed with that yellow on my brush. It's not what I wanted. There was a little bit of green there, but let's clean the brush properly. It's very important to keep your colours clean. So I try to carry a piece of tissue in my left hand there. You don't see that very often, but I've just tried to wipe it off now. Clean that brush a little bit better in the Mineral Spirit Odorless. And then we can crack on with a bit of blue. And I need to put some titanium out as well, because we're going to need it to put in the woodwork on the beech cuts, but the objective at the moment is get some nice blues going. How bright do we get them? A bit darker than that, I think. Yes, we need to cut into the scar, into our tree line a little bit with it. We can do that. And also be darker up higher in the sky there, but as it comes down it's a little cooler, a bit of white to it. Right. Yes, we need to get the right tone. Let's get a bit of purple in there. It's definitely coming in there. Need to blend it a little bit here. Bring it down. And in fact, we've got a little hints of it here. So let's see what we can do in these little gaps where I can see the ground of my toned board. And I think we can do a little bit here too. I've got to feather it here. I want a soft edge on these clouds that are showing here. Let's put a bit of white. Go back to the blue. So we've got a softer edge. And I think I've got to that's not quite right. Some colours here. Can see if I can get that grass. Yes. Got a big brush here. I'm staying with a big brush. Some grass just lying here. Yes, there's quite a clump of grass here and a post which we can put in. give us a bit of a vertical. Something for the eye. I think we need to get this post standing out. Need to get in some of these huts now. Just general shapes at the moment, I think it will be sufficient. And this one is some nice blue. I think we need to do that. Just wondering what colours to do this. This one here, I think a little artistic license. And we've got some bright red one here. I think when I put some detail on the on the structures. You know, the white balustrades. That might make it read a little bit better. I think I've lost the shapes somewhat. Yes, that can do it. Well, the next issue is to get some of the structure of the beach huts in. So I've got a fairly smallish brush here, and I've got to see if I can put some of the structure in here. I keep my brush nice and clean on my paint. I mean, we've got some of these rails coming along here. So, gonna have to recharge our that's better, starting to come together. And we've got to get this shape as well, of course. A little bit of roof line there. Yes. I wonder if I put some liquid might help it come off the brush a little bit easier too. You've got to put some more here. That's it. And a downward one as well. That's it. And we've got line here as well. Yes, starting to get something there. And the hut next door, of course, is got a lot of white on it. Got a little bit down the side all this one as well. And I need to improve a little bit there. And you've got steps coming down this way. Like that. Catching a little bit of light. And the sort of pillar here. We've got to get these steps in as well. I think we need to get some darks in places too. Quite tricky with this wet paint that we've got. There's a lot of stripes on this one. So I'll try and do our best. The less pronounced textural marks in the distance and larger elements, larger brush dot strokes and textural marks, I think, into our foreground where the colours tend to be brighter. More chroma, usually. I think we need a little here too. Let's get this. I think I should put a few marks with the palette knife as well. I think that will help a little bit. I notice this bit of yellow along this line, still catching a bit of the evening sunshine. Yes, it's yes, I think that's a bit better. I think we could use some marks here as well. Use some of that orange as well to blend a little bit with some of the yellow that we have. Bring a little dark down into there. Help negative painting. If I put that behind that hut, it might show it up a bit more. And perhaps some here as well. Emphasize some of the roof line a bit better, perhaps. Let's put a few brown marks there as well. Still, there's too much glaring there. These steps. Right. Well, I could do quite a lot of titivating, but sometimes it's good just to leave it. If you think you've done enough, I mean, say to yourself, am I going to improve it if I do any more? If I do a few more strokes, will it improve it? So you ask yourself these questions all the time. Now let's have a look. Should I see if I can improve anything? If I find my palette knife and lay it over some of this raised areas where I've put more textural marks. That's a post here. I don't know, remains of an old fence post. I'm not sure what it is, but it's there. So we'll go with it. So I'm trying to give every little area some interest, some textural interest, and could put a little bit more dark there actually. So I want light against dark, there's a bit of shadow there. But I think I'm going to leave it now, actually. There is dark out there, a little line of the coast there, I think, which we better make sure we run it there as well. That's it, I think. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel as well. That's always helps your channel grow, introduce more people to it, and get some feedback. I say very dramatic colours, but you do from time to time see these amazing sunsets. Put a bit of purple in there. Mute that a little bit. But anyway, there we are. That's my interpretation of Wells Next the Sea. If you're in East Anglia, do go and have a look. It's a lovely little seaside town, and you get some great fish and chips there, and I'm sure you'll enjoy yourselves. So thanks for watching.